It's Matt and Jack. Views from Section 400. Boots on the ground. Here at Brian's wedding.
It's an electric day. A lot of love in the air.
Great scenery, electric day. You heard Jack say it. What we're going to do is ask around who is going to be the most drunk by the end of the night. I might be a big player on the cards. Jack, who do you think is going to be the biggest player?
I gotta tell you, Matt, you're gonna be the favorite. I'm gonna make the prediction right now. Matt's gonna be the favorite. There's a man right there in some plastic sunglasses. If you want to turn to him, easy second favorite. He's double fisting Miller Lights right now. It doesn't get any easier than that. Thank you. But we're gonna have some fun tonight, aren't we, Matt?
Took the words right out of my mouth. I think we're going to have a great night. It's going to be a fun night. Like I said, I'm going to be the favorite to be the drunkest. Since I can't bet on myself, since I do every day of the year,
Start us up.
I'm going to say I'm going to go with Blake over there.
I like that call.
I think Blake's going to be the most drunk tonight. Jack, do you have a formal prediction for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of people here, a lot of groups. We got Brian's Auburn friends, the college friends that I'm a part of. You've got Matt and the rest of the Philly boys. Blake's a nice favorite from the Philly boys. Matt's also a nice favorite from the Philly boys. I'm going to give you an Auburn boy that's going to be a favorite. It's going to be my man Bill over there. Still as Miller Lights. I'll give you one more. He goes by the name of Brock Buchanan. This man is a huge Dallas Mavericks fan, was getting lit to their Game 2 win last night. Don't expect anything different tonight. He's going to throw up on himself. Bold prediction.
We're with Mr. Alexander Young, most known by AY. AY, who's going to get the most drunk tonight?
I think you, Matt Colon.
I told you I'd be a big name on the numbers. But that's what you get here.
Just an educated guess.
An educated guess is always a good one. Nafis, we have a lot of questions to ask, but the most important, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
I'm going with the dark horse tonight, Mr. Tom Capriotti.
Some might not say that's a dark horse. He's going to be pretty banged up.
Pretty bodied. Once he starts sipping, he keeps going. So we'll see how it goes.
I think that's a good one. If you want good odds, that's the one to take. The ordained minister officiating the wedding. Alec, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
Well, thanks for having me on, Matt. Honestly, I got to put my money on Franco. He came in hot with the cane at the reception as a groomsman. That screams we're drinking tonight and we're having fun and we're getting lit. I think I would go with Franco. That would be my lead horse in the race.
I don't think that's a bad bet. Let me ask you one more question.
Sure.
Did he need the cane?
No, I think he's able to walk on his own, which is perplexing. So we'll see how that bit carries on throughout the evening. I don't know if he still has the cane, but we'll see. And maybe my answer will change as we move throughout the evening. Who knows? Maybe I'll get him a couple shots deep, and you'll end up being on top.
Like I said, I'm a big player on the numbers here. Franco with a cane, and we're with a heavy favorite. He picks himself. Tom, who's going to be tonight?
I think you gotta go with the groom, like naturally.
And who's the groom?
Mr. Brian Houck.
That's why we're here. That's why we're celebrating.
That's who I'm putting my money on.
He's putting his money on Brian Houck because he can't put it on himself. A lot of people have said Franco. A lot of people have said Tom.
No one said me. I put money on that. No one said me.
We have video evidence of people saying you,
all right.
We'll check that back on the replay. With Russell here, interested to hear what your answer is. Who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
We did some recon. We went, interviewed all the sources, and Thomas Capriotti is going to be the most drunk tonight, and I'll see to it he gets there.
So he's going to see to it that he gets here. That's a pretty good guarantee. And Tom also did say, if you've seen the recent clip, that he won't be the most drunk tonight and that nobody guessed he would be. We're with Julian Leestrom. Yep. We got an important question to ask him. Joel, who do you think is going to be the most drunk tonight at Brian's wedding?
I'm going with Franco Menino.
I told you he'd be a big player on the numbers.
I mean, look at this guy. He's already, he's got a water in his hand right now. Credit to him for that. But
Water in hand this early. The sun's still up. Big player on the numbers. Matt, views from section 400. We're back. Nathan Miller here, double fisting with the bottle of Tito's. You'd think he might be a big player in numbers, but we'll ask him the question. Nate, who's going to get the most drunk tonight? Please, after you're done your drink.
Well, probably won't be me. Nah, definitely won't be me. I don't think anyone else.
It's a big pour.
Maybe Brian. Maybe Frank. Definitely won't be me, though.
Some might say it's already Nate. We're with Franco Menino, who is a big player on the numbers for this question I'm about to ask. Oh boy. Frank, who's going to get the most drunk tonight?
That's a very interesting question. There's a lot of directions this one could head, and honestly, my money is going to probably be parlayed in a few different directions. Some would say that they would put their money on me. I don't think so tonight, so, we'll see. But I got my money on Mr. Cam Teeler right here. You can't see him. He's off camera. He's going to be on camera in about 1 minute. My money's on him. My second place, Nate fucking Miller. Sorry, excuse my French. This guy's been swinging since 8 a.m. swinging. So, basically, we're going to see him gone in about 2 hours. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to Rose and Brian.
We're with Cam Teeler. We have an important question to ask.
Yeah.
We did hear one person said you'll be the most drunk. But Cam, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
First off, I just want to say congrats to Brian and Rose. That's the reason we're all here today. Wishing them a long, happy, healthy marriage. But who's going to be the most drunk tonight? I have some insider information.
I'm waiting to hear it.
I have some insider information. The groom himself, Brian Houck, was bodied last night. And he said, I'm going to be more bodied tomorrow. My money is on Brian Houck being the most drunk tonight.
You heard it here.
Honorable mention, Blake Hildebrandt. He's the runner-up. But Brian Houck, he is going to be the most drunk tonight. You can bank it. You can bank on that. That's the lock of the century. It might be minus. It might be like minus 200. It might be like minus 200.
It might be. I told you, Blake and Franco were probably the heavy favorites. Nate's not too far behind. And we just
Brian's a sleeper then. Brian must be a sleeper at that point.
Brian is a sleeper because it is his wedding day, and we all know how he gets. We're back. Matt, views from section 400. Forward D1 standout. Offensive lineman, football player. I mean, look at the guy. Are you kidding me? Glad you joined us. Who's going to be...
Thanks for having me. Sorry.
Who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
Blake Hildebrandt. Heard it here.
Quick, concise, and conviction. Blake Hildebrandt is the leader in the clubhouse.
Mark, it's Brian's big day. He wants to know who everybody thinks is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night. Who's your take?
Dude, maybe a little bit of a sleeper, wherever he is at. Mr. Duckworth. Tyler Duckworth. Tyler Duckworth's going to be my pick. I think that's a little bit of a sleeper, but I could see it.
I'm here with Aaron Thomas Taylor, ATT, also known as Billy the Kid, Bill Guy. He's a legend around these parts, loves to drink. We love him for that. Our gracious host, Brian Houck, wants to know who's going to be the drunkest by the end of the night.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think it's going to be Brian. And then coming in on a close second, I think might be Brock.
Okay.
I think in terms of ingested liquid, it's gonna be Brian, obviously. But Brock is a lightweight, and I really do think he's a close second guy. Brian's let go of all his worries. I mean, he might be coast.
Another groomsman.
Best man, actually.
Some might say best man. Brett, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
It's a great question. Listen, I'd say I have a speech on my phone, and when I get an eye open, if I have one eye open, that means I can't see the words on my screen. So, with that being said, I'm going to have delayed start. Without a doubt in my mind, it's going to be Franco Menino is going to be the most drunk tonight. No questions asked.
We're back with a heavy favorite, Blake Hildebrandt. Sport coat's already off. Interesting move, Blake. Who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
Well, one, it's very hot. Two, I'm going to go with a little dark horse. I don't know if the name's been said yet. Nate Miller.
Nate Miller. I'm going with Nate.
The guy with a Tito's bottle. It's not a bad guess, but when you can't bet on yourself as the heavy favorite, that is a good one to go with. With Mr. Smith, Matt Smith. Great name, by the way.
Matty Dean. I don't know.
Matt, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
Let me survey the room. Well, I don't want to incriminate anybody because I know which people here are on amphetamines right now. And I know what's going to happen in 5 hours after drinking on amphetamines. And it's going to be a good time, man. You know, some people, they say, clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. I say, clear eyes, full beers, let's booze.
So that being said, who's going to be the most drunk? Tough decision.
I'm going to give you an honest answer.
That's all we want here is honesty.
The guy who claims he's the hardest drinker, Tom. Look at it. As I said, he takes a drink. The guy who claims he's the fucking heavyweight, it's going to be Tom.
Tom Capriotti is a big player on the numbers tonight.
Brian wants to know, who do you think is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
I mean, after what I heard was Brock's performance last night, maybe he takes it easy. I'm going to go Aaron Taylor, Billy, better known as Billy.
I'm here with downtown Nicky Brown.
Yes, sir.
Who do you think is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
Oh, what's the name of the guy that's bald?
Nate Miller Boom?
Yeah, that's the one.
I am here with the infamous Tyler Duckworth, a.k.a. Ducky, a.k.a. Duckman. Your name's been called a couple of times tonight, just to let you know.
Wonderful.
But I've got to ask you, who do you think is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
Wow, that's interesting. I'm going to have to go with the Nate Miller, the bald guy drinking the Tito's by the pole, walking around with a handle. Within 5 minutes, I've seen him take about 12 shots. I don't think he makes it past dinner.
Carter, Brian, our wonderful guest, wants to know.
Absolutely.
Who do you think is going to be the drunkest tonight?
Let me think about this for a second.
Scanning, surveying.
It's got to be Brock. Despite all the odds, definitely Brock.
Going back to back?
Back to back. Back to back champions.
Brian. Spells Brian with a Y. Who do you think is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
Probably Brock.
3-0 row for Brock Buchanan.
Matt here, Views from Section 400. We're Dylan Waterman, friend of the pod. You might have seen him, might have recognized him, big JMU guy. But that's not why we're here. The question on the cards, the question everybody's asking, who's going to be the most drunk tonight, though?
Oh, I love this one. This one, guys, very easy. Slam Franco Menino, drunkest at the wedding tonight. Signed, sealed, delivered.
I said he's going to be a big player on the numbers, and you can see he's a heavy favorite tonight, Franco, to be the most drunk.
I might have that at minus 250, folks. Minus 250. Lock of the free lunch bet of the day.
Back again. We're with Tim, friend of the pod, friend of the program.
Happy to be here.
Might have seen him for some Penn State talk, but that's not what we're worried about. That's not what we're asking about. Tim, who's going to be the most drunk tonight here at Brian's wedding?
You know, I've been going through the options. We know Brock had a good night last night. Heard that through the rumor mill. I don't think we see a repeat performance out of him. I think the young man learned the lesson. You know, I was thinking our friend Tom learned his girlfriend was here. I think he's going to tone it down a level. So now I'm going old reliable. You might have seen him limp into the wedding today. You might be seeing him limp to bed tonight. Our good friend, Old Yeller Franco. Lock it in. I think Dylan said minus 250. I think you take that to the bank before the live odds get a little lower. And that's all she wrote, fellas.
And as I said, Franco, big player on the numbers tonight. He's going to be the one most drunk that a lot of people are calling out. Tim, always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I am here with the beautiful Allie Taylor. Who do you think is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
Thank you. I'm a big fan. I'm going to have to go with my better half, Connor Jared Treadway.
I am here with the one and only Haley Conquest. Who do you think is going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
You know, it's a tough call, but I'm going to have to give it to Tyler Duckworth, better known as Ducky.
Duckman's got another vote on the board. I got a question for you, Sophie Kaiser.
All right.
Who's going to be the drunkest by the end of the night?
It's torn between Brock and Gutman, for sure.
Matt and Brock, just absolute favorites here tonight.
How could they not be favorites? I mean, come on.
All right, I'm with you too.
Obviously, you can tell it's getting a little darker out, which means we're halfway into the wedding. It's Brian's wedding, and who are we with? Brian Hauk.
Good to see everybody.
You might remember Brian. You might know Brian. He's part of Houston Section 400, and that's why we're here gathered today. Big special event, big party. Brian, the one question that everybody wants to know, everybody's asking, we've asked a lot of people, but we need to hear from you. Who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
I got some sneaky value here. I'm going with Tim Heffernan. He's going to get the most drunk.
That's the first time we've heard that name before. But we've heard a lot of names. Franco, Tom, Brock. I don't see the Dallas Mavericks jersey on him, but he is a player on the numbers.
I mean, if you know me by now, I like to go deep into the odds, into the books here. So I'm giving you some sneaky value with Tim. The Kanye glasses are going to come out. May or may not cause some shots to happen. So that's what I'm going with.
That's what he's going with. And you know, Brian and I are alike. We never take the chalk. When Jack's on there, he's going to take the chalk. He's going to take the favorite. He's hammering the guy who's going to get the most drunk. Brian, with a pull from left field, Tim Heffernan to get the most drunk tonight. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
5 hours later.
Exactly.
But it went well. She's
Absolutely out of control. Matt, you're out of control. The shingles are
done for a while. I'll go see Mom here when he's on tour.
We're here. Houston Section 400.
I mean, if you're that.
Say please. Nasty names.
Please.
All right, well, that happened.
Just like that, we're back. Everybody knows what I say. Everybody knows what I do.
What do you want me to say here?
Brian, the last question we need to ask, who's going to be the most drunk?
Might be the man behind the camera.
The man behind the camera,
Mr. Drag,
is totally sober.
I'm closing up. I'm not going to get this. This ain't going to be pretty, but it's going to do the trick. Dude, this is great life.
So if you ask a lot of people over here, a lot of people are drunk over here, a lot of people are drunk over here. But the bottom line, a lot of people want to have a good time. So, we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back.
Do they not let you do this?
We'll bring it back to Houston Section 400. It's Matt. It's Brian. Jack's behind the camera tonight. Brian, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
Probably him because he slept through the last podcast. So, I mean, he's got to be drunk.
Brian chirping Jack up.
You've slept through podcasts before too, so I don't know.
Brian's trying to call everybody out.
I think Brian's the number one drunk of the night.
There's
It's Matt. It's Views from Section 400. It's obviously late night. We're here with Rose. She just got married.
I did.
Rose, who's going to be the most drunk tonight?
I think I might have to say Brian. I'm seeing him over there past the screen, and it might be Brian.
Brian's a big player on the numbers. Jack, why don't you scan over to Rose's not fiance, husband.
Uh-huh. There he is.
A big player on the numbers. Brian.
Brian and Rose's wedding. Very nice. Very good.
Very nice.
You are now in the mix with DJ Savage.